Hey there, Guardian. Are you looking for a Void 3.0 build for your Warlock? Then you've come to the right place, because in this video I show you a build with insane grenade recharge ability speed, crazy self-healing cause of Devour, paired with beefy resistance to make you impossible to kill. During this video, we will complete this build cheat sheet over there. So when this video is finished, you have the whole build on one slide with all the stuff you need to know, because we are going over aspects, fragments, abilities, weapons, and the mod setup for this build. And before I start with the build video, please let me know down below what is your favorite Warlock aspect for Void 3.0. And always remember, you will find the final cheat sheet at the end of this video and also down below in the descriptions. And now, sexy Guardians, let's get this started. Let's start over here with the class setup, ladies and gentlemen. For the super, I use Cataclysm. I just like Cataclysm because it's slower and it's tracking, and Jay and Ice might remember the Twitter clip where I used the other Nova Bomb. And we might all agree that DirtyHotte and the non-tracking Nova Bomb, that just isn't a good match, okay? With that said, let's talk about abilities, okay? I make the first three, I make them quick, because I run the Healing Rift, I run Burst Glide for movement, and the Pocket Singularity melee, or as Jay calls it, I mean, the Pocket Singularity has crazy tracking, okay? It has crazy tracking, like completely around you. I wish the Titan Shield would have that. Bungie, the Titan Shield, a little bit of tracking. And yeah, the one that's missing is the grenade, and that's Axion Bolt. I made it a little bit bigger so it's easier to see that Axion Bolt, the grenade, is the focus of that build. To make that totally clear, okay? Yeah, let me have a sip. And while I have a sip, if you like the cheat sheet approach and the build stuff here at Mom's Basement, please leave a like. Yeah, Axion Bolt. You might ask, why, Dirty, why do you recommend Axion Bolt as a grenade? It will be a little bit clearer when we go through the rest of the build, but the first thing I liked, or I've also found out when I finished and played this campaign on Legendary solo completely, there are a lot of times where the knights and other guys like dodge behind columns, one to the left, one to the right. And while I agree that the other grenades are also pretty great, when you throw them at spawn points and stuff, Axion Bolt, the beauty about Axion Bolt is that it splits up and tracks them all individually. And that really helped a lot on Legendary difficulty. Even if you don't aim it that good, the Axion Seekers will find their target. That was beautiful. Abilities out of the way, let's continue with the aspects. The two aspects I run is Chaos Accelerant. I mean, that's pretty clear. It creates an additional Axion Seeker for the overcharged grenade. And then I like to run Feed the Void. So ability kills activate Devour now. In contrast to eating a grenade or melee killing somebody, you can now also have a grenade kill. And that will activate Devour, which heals you. And for those of you who are long-term members here at Mom's Basement, I know you're waiting for it. I'm ready to do it. I don't know how you like it. The new arrows. So, the aspects directly go into our Axion Bolt because it gives us one more Seeker and it triggers Devour on kills. Ladies and gentlemen, the aspects. Let us talk about the fragments. As soon as I find it. I found it. So, the fragments I use for the Voidwalker Grenadier is Echo of Reprisal. Super energy on kills while surrounded. So you get super energy while you kill guys while you're surrounded. And I mean, in the Legendary campaign and other PvE stuff, there are always enemies surrounding you. Thank you, Jay. I agree, it's a beautiful arrow. It's not a pink arrow, but it's a nice white arrow with drop shadow. And with the arrow out of the way, let's go over the next fragment. And that's Echo of Persistence. Longer Devour, minus 10 recovery. But I feel, at least in the Legendary campaign, I kind of needed the longer Devour because it took a little bit longer to kill at least the first guy or the beefier guys. Which brings us to the last one, Echo of Expulsion, and that one is really fun, okay? Echo of Expulsion is really fun. Ability kills cause targets to explode, plus 10 intellect. So you will have a lot of ability kills with this build through Exion Bolt, also with Hadouken, and what that means is another arrow. So with Echo of Expulsion, grenades can start awesome chain reaction explosions, and I love explosions, okay? I love explosions. As soon as I get the artifact mod with the void ammo, I will definitely get that as well with the volatile rounds, or when the fragment is unlocked after the raid, because that might be even crazier, and I will use that instead of Echo of Reprisal. So with the subclass or the class setup out of the way, let's continue over here with the loadout area with the exotic armor. I mean, most noted, we are running Controverse Holds. Okay. Is that? Let me just check that. Okay. Controverse Hold. Resist incoming damage while charging your Void Grenade. That's pretty good. That's a 20% resist while you're charging the grenade. I think also when it's charged, right? And when a charged Void Grenade hits, you get energy, grenade energy in return. So that's a nice cycle here. Throw your grenade, hit something, and get some grenade energy back in an instant. And yes, for sure, we have another arrow over here. So 20% resist plus grenade energy. If that isn't a beautiful synergy, I don't know what is. Hey, let's talk about weapons. And I don't give you a weapon recommendation here. I just talk about perks, okay? The first one is pretty obvious. That's Demolitionist. Demolitionist, on weapon kills, you get back grenade energy. That's obviously for grenade focus build. That's amazing. But with the last season, we also got some new perks, and that makes it even crazier. Demolitionist and Adrenaline Junkie, ladies and gentlemen. Demolitionist and Adrenaline Junkie. You can look at the D2 Gunsmith and find guns with that combination. There are a few of them in-game already. Through the Legendary campaign, I used my BXR55 with Demolitionist and Adrenaline Junkie. And if you get, with the grenade focus build, if you get a grenade kill, you get Adrenaline Junkie plus 5. And that was basically one bursting some of the orange bar enemies in the Legendary campaign, which is a huge help if you one burst them instead of 2. And add that to the arrow stuff. So, Demolitionist and Adrenaline Junkie combination on a weapon, it's plus grenade energy again, and up to 33% weapon damage. That is beautiful. Ideally, you have that combo on your energy weapon and your kinetic weapon. Let's talk about mods. And we start with the good old Bomber mod. Reduce nade cooldown. You reduce your grenade cooldown with class ability. That's pretty nice, and that gets an extra arrow because again, that's grenade energy on demand going directly into our focus, the Exion Bolt. And with the Protective Light nerf, we are definitely going for Elemental Whale build. And a few words before I continue with the mods. This build is aimed to give you the most balanced experience for Warlock in Destiny 2 right now. You can easily change the build to more focus, let's say, on damage, more focus on survivability. That one is the most balanced I found. So let's continue with the mods. That's the Elemental Ordnance mod. So with grenade kills, you spawn Elemental Wells, and we will kill a lot with our Exion Bolt. Then we have a Bountiful Wells. So that spawns additional Elemental Wells. So instead of 1 for grenade build with 1 Bountiful Well mod, you get 2. That's it. We have Seeking Wells. Shout out to Ice for mentioning Seeking Wells to me, because then the wells will move towards you or other guardians in your fire team. And that's more of a convenience mod, because I'm lazy. For Titan, I don't need that, because with Titan, I'm like in your face. But for Warlock, it's really a nice, convenient mod. Then for defensive mod, I run Well of Tenacity. So that basically gives you now a 50% resist when you pick it up. And that's only for 5 seconds. And that's why we also run Elemental time dilation, so increasing the duration of the Well of Tenacity. I actually checked that. Bountiful Wells has no influence whatsoever on tenacity, okay? So it doesn't matter if you pick up one elemental well or two in regards of Well of Tenacity. The only thing that improves Well of Tenacity seems to be elemental time dilation for a longer duration. And with that said, let's add some more arrows. So we use the spawn wells, the elemental ordnance, then we use the elemental wells to even have a lesser cooldown, and then we have the defensive pair, Well of Tenacity and elemental time dilation. Beautiful. That's it. That's the mods. Let's wrap it up pretty quick with the stats. Mobility, I didn't care. Resilience, who cares? Recovery, yeah, try to get it as high as possible while you still get 100 at discipline. Intellect, not that important. For strength, try to have at least 50 plus. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the Voidwalker Grenadier build. I hope you enjoyed that little cheat sheet, and if you did, please leave a like. As always, you also find the cheat sheet in the description down below. And now, go out there, Guardians, and enjoy the Voidwalker Grenadier in-game, because that's what I'm gonna do right now.